Motorsports fans, sit back, relax, and enjoy as we take you on this thrilling journey to beautiful Fontana, California and Auto Club Speedway for a world record attempt that will be nothing short of shocking. Who will be the first to crack 200 miles an hour in an electric dragster? Motorsports veteran, former Nitro Harley racer Steve Huff is hoping that it will be him. In this video, we will take you inside the pit area of Huff. We will also see all of his runs as he goes for history. Now, Steve Huff knows time is of the essence because the most famous drag racer of all time, Big Daddy Don Garlits, is also going for this prestigious mark. Steve Huff and his crew aim to make history today in Fontana. Stay with us. We'll see if they can do it. Always great to see the legend himself, Mr. Steve Huff. Steve, former Nitro Harley racer, drag boat racer, offshore boat racer. You've done everything. What are we doing today? We're chasing a little history.
Yeah, we are, Jack. Hey, first, it's good to see you here in Cycle Drag. Thank you for being here. We had to come to sunny California. Where we live in Seattle, you know, the weather's kind of turned, and we were renting a track in Woodburn, Oregon. We broke a transmission mount last week in the electric car. So I'm here today to go out and make some passes in the electric car, see if we can get back and see if we can get in front of old Don Garlits.
I love it. We're chasing a very important milestone, aren't we? There can only be
one
man to 200 first.
We are. There's only one first. And, you know, our buddy Larry McBride, you know, Larry was the first to 200 in an electric vehicle of any sort. He went 201 on an electric bike. I want to be the first to 200 in an electric car. You know, it's a pretty good company I'm in there with right now, and I hope for it to get better. Don Garlits has us right now by 9 miles an hour. He just upped his record to 189. I think we got him this weekend. It's as close as I've ever been. So first target is get that record back from Don. We still have the AC record at 180 miles an hour. Don's got the DC record and overall record at 189. You know, we're geared right now for 193. We're going to go try and see if we can make a hit, get a 193 out of the old girl, and then work through the weekend while we've got this great weather down here in California, in Fontana at the Auto Club Raceway. Man, this place is awesome. First time I've been here. So to see you here, and my brethren, my friends, my people, you know, Tony's out here, and guys from the Pro Extreme Nitro bike. So we got some top fuel Harleys that are out here. Some awesome motorcycles. It's good being down here at the end of the track. I get to see a lot of great equipment. There's a good scene going on down here. I'm glad to be here. And they welcomed us with the electric car. We were just headed south until we found a track that it wasn't raining.
It is such a beautiful, beautiful piece.
So this is the new clutch that we did at Steve and Johnny there at Hawaii Racing. The three of us got involved and we developed this thing. Typically our clutch basket's only 5 inches wide. It holds 5 frictions, 5 or 6 frictions, 6 or 7 floaters. And we were just driving through the clutch a few weeks ago. So we went back to the drawing board. We made a clutch basket 10 inches deep. Currently I have 11 frictions in there and 12 floaters and some big stuffer plates. I can go up to 15 frictions in it if I had to, but I think this 11, we're getting pretty close. Last time we made a hit, we broke the back transmission mount out. People may have seen that, but this big plate, we've been at Scott Owen's place rebuilding the transmissions because I broke his beautiful pieces of work. So we went to Scott's place, built the transmissions, made a stronger mount, and now we're gonna go see what this does. There's some chain off Larry's bike right there. Well, out of the same box.
And look at all these batteries, my goodness.
Batteries for days, That's 800 volts. The battery's capable of 2,000 amps. These two motors will draw 1,400 amps off of them, 700 out of each controller. 3-phase, 800 volts, 3-phase, 700 amps. 800 volts, 3-phase, 700 amps. The two motors inside of this. We just had this blanket made. Scott reached out to Dietz. They made us an SFI blanket because we're turning this motor up a notch. We're going to see what happens, and if it comes apart, the last thing we want is one of these rotors to go through this battery. So, so we did go to a new blanket.
How many batteries did you say again total?
Well, there are a total of 980 individual cells.
980.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord! Where do you get 980 batteries?
There's from a U.S. defense contractor.
Wow.
These are typically the cells that you would find in a U.S. military drone. So we have 5 cells vertically here in each one of these plates. So we wire 5 of them in parallel, and then 192 groups of those in series. So it goes, of course, 4 volts, 8, 12, 15. I'm sorry, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Do that all the way around, and ultimately you come up with 800 volts.
I can't wait.
Some
to
of our
see
charging equipment's over here. We monitor each and every individual cell while we're doing it. It's quite a process, and we've learned so much in this project. It's been a great education tool. It's gotten some new people interested in drag racing, people that were otherwise, let's call them tech-minded guys that weren't really thinking about what this can be. So I don't think that there's no surprise to me that the fastest guys that are out there right now are a couple racers, not electrical engineers. Don Garlits, myself, of course, Larry McBride. We have some great engineers behind us and engineering teams, but then it comes down to being able to read a track, figuring out where to line up, and you've got to drive it and keep it out of the sand pit and be able to drive them. So we're in some good company. We hope to get to the top of that list right now. We're pretty close. That's what we're here for.
Can't wait to watch you today. Be safe, and we'll be there every step of the way.
All right, thanks, Jack, and thank everybody for coming out here. Larry, Carol, I hope you're doing well, and that snow's melting a little bit in Montana, and Derek, you're in Colorado. Both of you guys need to be here with me, your team, where it's warm. I'll see you guys later on.
This innovative team is certainly blazing a trail. We got the hard-working crew. How you feeling today, sir?
Dawn's going down. That's all I got to say about it.
Oh, how about it? It's not every day Big Daddy Don Garlits gets called out. You are a bold man.
No, he's got enough.
I like
We
it.
need some.
I like it. What is your job on the vehicle?
Everything. But except for drive it.
There you go. And how about you? Are you excited here, young man?
Absolutely.
What's your name?
Scott Owens.
Nice to meet you.
I make the transmission that's in this car.
Okay, very cool.
Scott makes transmissions in a bunch of top fuel Harleys too. That's how I got to know this guy from Owens Racing Products right here. Scott builds the best transmissions. His first would come out with the spragless. Larry, you got to remember that. I saw you had to change sprags last week.
If you guys could somehow go 200 miles an hour today, what would that mean to all of you?
We'd be on top of the world.
Yeah. I'm going to take 2.3% of the win.
There you go.
That's what I'm calling it right now.
Which I don't know if there's a bonus fund available for 200, but bragging rights forever, right?
Yeah.
That's
I'll
right.
just cut a little corner off of whatever trophy he gets.
There can only be one. There can only be one first to 200.
Yep. And it's us. It's going to be us.
Good luck, gentlemen.
Thank you. I used to do street luge. Have you seen this stuff?
And we are going to get more into the unbelievable, stunning technical aspects of this vehicle. You heard Steve talk about a transmission. Steve recently switched over to a tranny. That's brand new for this car. Previously, Steve was running high gear only. He believes the transmission is the way to go. We'll see if it works for him. As for the call out for Big Daddy Don Garlits, this team has a lot of respect for Big Daddy. They are just using that legend as a driving force to help them get there first. It's all about who can get there first. Very few remember who got there second. And for Big Daddy, he was the first to 170 miles an hour, 180, 200.
Big Daddy.
We got, just in case, we got the celebratory.
Just in case. No, we're going to doing it. We're doing it.
Dom Perignon. Is that Don Garlits Perignon?
Maybe it is. If he comes by, you can toast with us
How about that?
after we win.
Gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. Good luck to you boys.
Thank you.
They are having some fun with the pioneer and legend Don Garlits. Here comes Tech. I'm not so sure what Tech is going to make of this machine.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. We made it through tech.
That was a
There you
technicality.
go.
That was just a technicality itself, right?
We don't fail fuel check.
Yeah, we don't want no illegal fuel.
They're having a little bit of fun with Tech. Yes, no fuel check on this machine, obviously. I think Tech was a little taken aback. They're not used to teching in one of these machines, and that's because it is one of a kind, one-off, innovative, and we are in the lanes ready to go. Steve Huff getting in the zone, getting mentally prepared for his first hit. Looks like some attention to the rear tires, possibly a rear tire pressure adjustment. Steve told me they've experimented with 12-inch tires. What are you guys running?
6 PSI.
Wow.
I thought we were running 10, but a little crinkle. Be gone.
Those are the 10-inch slicks. They've tried up to a 16-inch slick on this machine. You heard his crewman, they're dropping the air pressure way down. Nitrogen in the tires?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it stays more constant during the heat.
It's all about trying new things and being different. Steve made the call to drop the tire pressure low.
We got track dynamics here. You guys having a good time?
Fantastic time. Fantastic time.
Racer in training up here?
Yeah, he says he's about 10 years away.
There we go.
Yeah, the fans of all ages are absolutely loving this innovative machine of Steve Huff. Let us know what you think about it in the comments. This has attracted a lot of attention from even non-race folks, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers. There's a lot of people interested. The major auto manufacturers, we're going to get more into that in a little bit. It's also something that makes this vehicle really special is it is one of the only AC vehicles out there. Remember, Big Daddy Don Garlits is DC. Here we go.
Now, what you want to do against my Saturn? It runs just like that.
Isn't it bizarre, drag racing fans, to watch somebody melt the tires and it be so quiet you could hear a pin drop? Let's let you enjoy the sounds of this current technology dragster.
Transmission, we believe 3 speeds. As you can tell, it's a direct drive. As soon as you hit that throttle, it blew those tires off. Real small drag slicks on the back of that thing.
And there goes Steve Huff, looking for history. Oh, you can hear those tires crinkle. Looks like Steve Huff's going to wisely abort this pass. He's still got many other passes and many other attempts coming up this weekend. That's just hit number 1. Let's see what went wrong.
What'd you see on that one? Blew the tires away? No, not enough air pressure. Not enough air pressure, they said. I'll be back for another rip.
Well, if you're going to try something, the first hit is the time to do it.
CycleDrag.com.
Nice stick. Where are you from?
Apple Valley, California.
Cali in the house.
Yep. West Coast fastest drag bike.
What you got? Yeah, give me 5. Yeah. Yeah. Where are you from?
Apple Valley, California.
California in the house. Thanks for watching.
Thank you to all the Southern California fans for coming out. They were loving every minute of this electric dragster. We caught up with Steve Huff between runs, and he said that he made a mistake dropping that tire pressure too low. He was trying something new. He said that they have been super low with the 16-inch tires. He said that they need to keep these 10-inch slicks around 10.5 pounds. Let's see what Steve can do here on hit number 2. For Steve Huff, the 53-year-old out of Seattle, Washington, this means everything. A chance to be the first to crack the 200-mile-an-hour barrier.
So I got a question for you, sir. We saw you drop the tire pressure down on the first run, and then you said that you didn't think you had enough. What are we going to go with this time?
I think it's 10 psi.
Okay, so we got it up 4 pounds.
Down at like 6. Yeah, I thought it was wrinkling.
Okay.
You heard it launch?
I heard it launch, yeah.
Oh, wrinkly sound.
So back up to 10.
So it's a 10. I don't know what else. They did something with the clutch. And Steve's stoked. He got the quickest 60-foot time, I guess.
What was the 60?
I don't know what it was.
Wow.
Myself, but it was
Optimist?
the best one ever in this thing.
How about that?
So it must be good. So hopefully.
Well, we'll have to get the number for you, and this is one of the reasons why Steve Huff went to a clutch and a flywheel. He said his 60-foot time is much better. He's been 1.2 with a clutch. His best 60-foot time without a clutch is 1.7. There's been a lot of debate in the electrical engineering community as to whether or not a clutch is needed. And Steve says from an electrical standpoint, you really don't need one, but from a mechanical engineering standpoint, you certainly do. There's a bottle from Dan Rudd of MPS.
Centrifugal clutch. The same clutch as I had on my Top Fuel Harley. It's just been made a little bit bigger by Hawaii Racing. So it's the same belt drive, the same clutch. We launch at 5,000 RPMs. It hits hard. Last time, Jack, I ran for, it was the best 60 foot the cars run.
What was the
And
60?
I missed my shift. and it goes into a fault mode when you miss a shift, and it over revs, so it just turns off. There's no pedaling or nothing. You just got to come and try it again. Now I've got a shift at about 1.4 seconds right now. That's going to be about 120 feet. I ran a 120/60 off the trailer. I think we can get that down a little more now, get to the bottom of the 120s. We're around a 128. So if we can run a 124 and I hit my shifts, I think we'll see a record. But the small tire is hooking. So this track's in great shape. We don't need to run that big tire. If we do that, we're just wasting energy. So let's save it for the big end. These small tires are fine. These guys do such a great job prepping this track. Track prep today. If we get stiffer sidewall and this kind of track prep, we've always got it. So I want to get back on a fuel bike with this kind of track prep. Look at these guys. They're spoiled.
You can pull double duty.
Oh, yeah. This will pass for leathers.
Good luck, man. Let's see a good number up on the board.
All right, thanks, brother. Are you riding a bike today, too? No, not today.
Steve's having a great time. Let us know in the comments. Do you think this team will crack 200 on this particular weekend? We're going to bring you all the action. Stay with us. And if you know anything about this, if you have any ideas, leave that information in the comments. You know, as drag racers, we love to compare notes and data and past information. Steve can't do that because he's going where no one has ever been before. There's absolutely no data. They're learning on every single pass. You look at some of the other vehicles that have been there, combinations that have been out for decades, whether it be street cars, funny cars, how about a turbo bagger Harley Davidson? Even those machines have more data than what Steve Huff and team are dealing with. They are learning every single pass, and that is what drag racing is all about. That is what made Big Daddy Don Garlits a superstar. There's a reason Big Daddy Don Garlits was the first to break 170, 180, 200, 240, 250, 270. There's a reason why Big Daddy Don Garlits was the pioneer and the father of the rear engine dragster. Steve Huff hopes to make a little history here. Let's watch, let's listen to that cool burnout. That's amazing, and I can tell you this, as a videographer and as a fan, you need to be careful around this machine because it is so quiet. You're used to being at the drag races when it's quiet, you think things are safe, no need to get out of the way. You really got to be heads up with this machine because it goes from silent to cracking 1,100 horsepower in an instant. And that's what Steve told us this vehicle makes at 7,000 RPMs. This thing will turn 1,100 horsepower. 960 foot-pounds of torque. How about that? Let's see what Steve can do. Going for history. Well, sounds good. Nice clean launch. Steve Huff looking for a big one here. Beautiful Southern California mountains in the background. How about a 939, 100 miles an hour on a shutoff?
He said he could. Good.
called Pro ET to lane number 6 for qualifying session 1. Just want to let you know, CycleDrag.com is here today. Make sure to subscribe to CycleDrag.com on YouTube and to like CycleDrag.com on Facebook to see all the action. Again, that's like CycleDrag.com on Facebook, and subscribe to Cycle Drag on YouTube to see all the action from Auto Club Dragway and this weekend's After Hours event and Western Pro Extreme Association.
You're the man. You're the man.
Hey, here's a treat.
Hey, 167, guys. Congratulations.
That's the first run of the day.
Step in the right direction.
So we're just going to keep on going.
Give us an update. What are you guys going to wrench on today? I know yesterday there was a little bit of problem with the tire pressure.
Yeah, we boosted it up to like 13.5 and changed the clutch, you know, just do a different one. We're going to run that one all day. And I think he's tuning it on the computer.
What's the biggest challenge in going after this milestone and dealing with something that nobody's really ever worked on before? These are uncharted areas.
I got to go.
Sure, you got to go. We'll continue this interview. He's got to go.
He was driving. Start interviewing me, man. I couldn't help it.
It's all right. We'll get it again. Yeah. We're rooting for you guys to break 200 today.
Yeah.
Good luck.
You got it.
A lot going on out here. Much more coming, guys. Make sure you're subscribed to Cycle Drag on YouTube. Make sure you like CycleDrag.com on Facebook. We'll see if Steve Huff can get it done next time out. Plus, much more coming here from beautiful Fontana. Quickest West Coast motorcycles are here, ready to run.
Yesterday, it did not get a chance. It's got a 9-inch swing on it, probably maybe 26 inches tall. When he leaves, if they hit the throttle, listen to it grab the flicks. It literally wants to tear him off the rim. This final pass yesterday afternoon,
.841, 167. It is race day, and still a few more attempts left for the great Steve Huff. We'll see if he can get it done. Track management in Fontana loves this project. This machine costs over $300,000. There's over $1 million in this program total. That's what it costs to try to break barriers.
All electric.
Fuck, dude. That's awesome. You might know the Kenny Bernstein was.
You can tell.
I think so.
Wow.
He's trying to crack 200. There's a race to 200.
That's pretty impressive.
Jim Mayer in this car right now.
I heard it fly by. I didn't hear it, but I saw it fly by.
Sipka is a 750 index funny car class. This Delta funny
Quiet
car
and
class,
fast.
the index is 750. We saw earlier today, Ken and Denise win.
And check out the reaction of the fans. This has captured a lot of people's attention, and Steve is trying to bring the project to national television. He wants to set up a match race with Big Daddy.
66, I think, the first round, and now we're hoping to go over 180 this round.
Very challenging, trying something that no one's ever done before, huh?
Yeah, I mean, Steve's the mastermind.
Well, you guys are doing a great job. Can't wait to see you run here again.
Steve's got a lot of celebrity friends that are interested in this project. Guys like Adam Carolla, guys like Jay Leno. Really good friends with a lot of rockers. Lead singer of Candlebox, members of Alice in Chains. As we look at a more traditional drag racing combination, here is your funny car. A good comparison, a good dichotomy for the new age, groundbreaking technology. This one will make your ears bleed, that's for sure. Some good old-fashioned, old-school drag racing. And the quiet sound of Steve Huff. I want to talk a little bit about this AC versus DC debate. I asked Steve, why didn't you go with a DC motor, which is direct current? That's what Larry McBride used. That's what Don Garlits used. Steve said, look, DC is going to make more power, but with the brushes, the sparks, the melting, you have a lot of risk. That motor is going to wear out. He said an AC motor is like the motor that runs the fan in your fridge. That thing will run forever when you get it right. So Steve has invested heavily into AC. He believes he can figure out how to make that combination go fast. That is where the future lies. And so many different manufacturers, including GM, have compared notes and have leaned on Steve for electric cars in the auto industry. We know that's where the auto industry is gravitating towards. Here goes Steve once again, looking for history. Oh, gets close to the center line, corrects the problem. Steve, one heck of a great driver. 811, 169.
169. How much? 169. 811.
Talking about the manufacturers, Tesla, the Harley-Davidson Livewire, they all use the AC motor as well. They want it to last. Some traditional pro mod drag racing as Steve Huff and crew go back to the pits. We'll see if they can tune it up and get it out here. Steve said, look, this AC motor will outlast the chrome alloy tubing on my chassis. That's how long and durable these machines are. Drag racers crave durability because on these Hayabusas and high horsepower nitrous drag bikes, you certainly don't get much durability, much life out of these engines. So what's interesting about what the future could hold in drag racing. Gotta love the diversity out there. We're seeing everything from funny cars, pro mods, nitrous Hayabusas to Steve Huff. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if he can do it. It's all about being first. Steve said he fell in love with speed when he was a young boy and started pointing his bicycle down the biggest hill he could possibly find. Fell in love with driving in 1989 and said he will drive anything. Land speed racer, nitro Harley racer, hydroplane boat racer. But as Steve mentioned to us, this would be the greatest accomplishment of his career if he could beat the legend Big Daddy Don Garlits to 200 miles an hour. 800 volts, 2,000 amps. It's a monster. Blows the tires away again. Oh, getting a little squirrely. Track a little greasier today. 818, 177.
There you go.
Wow. His team making some big improvements. Can they seal the deal? We will find out. Stay with us in this video. GM has compared data with Steve Huff for the electric Copo Camaro. Electric is certainly where this world is heading. If you don't believe me, this year at SEMA, there was an entire electric section. I don't know how soon we'll be seeing electric drag bikes out there. We'll see what the Harley Livewire can do when it hits the track. But nonetheless, such an interesting project that Steve Huff and crew have put their brain power and put their budget towards. Looks like one more final attempt for Steve Huff.
Mr. Steve Huff, what a weekend it has been. We've got thousands watching you online, cheering you on. Give me an update of where we're at here.
Yeah, Jack, so first, I have to thank Don and the whole staff out here at Fontana. This track's been excellent. The people have been great to us. Oh, the sunny weather, man, we can't beat it. We have to go back to Seattle. But about the weekend, a quick wrap up. You know, we came down here with some pretty high expectations with a pretty new system. Big goal for the weekend was testing, developing. That's what it's all about. We did this combination has improved every hit that we've made. The last pass was a little greasy, had a lot of tire spin. We still ran an 8.1 for 173. We're hoping that, of course, this is 790, 175 plus. Should have been in it last time, but we got a little greedy. I was a little out of the groove, but I had to drive the car. It was kind of fun. It was the first time it got a little squirrely. So we're saving the best for last, saving the best for you guys. And look at this. The staging lanes are empty. It's quiet. And it looks like maybe it's ready for us to go out and try this. If we get into the sevens, get above 175, it'll be very successful. It's been successful all the way along. Met some great new people. Got to see my old motorcycle buddies, you know, and thanks for a motorcycle place covering a car, you know. I know we have a lot of motorcycle parts on it. That's what happens when you get some fuel bike racers together. They're a pretty bright group of guys, and some of the smartest people I've ever met in the industry, you know. And they work hard, so that's how this car came to be. I thank you for your support, Jack. I thank everybody here, my team, Scott, Daryl, for coming down here with me and let me drag them the hell out for a week and come and play. So I'm going to get buckled up. And
I love it. We'll let you go. And hey, we commend your bravery. Drag racing is about innovation. It's about going places that nobody's been before. That's what you're doing. And by the way, you're also competing with the most famous drag racer of all time, Big Daddy Don Garlits.
The only guy that's going faster than me right now. They've been doing it for about 6 years. It's my first year in it. And it's not bad place being right behind on Garlits' tail, I'll tell you that. And as far as the bike stuff goes, things that we develop in this car with the clutch, with the belt drive systems, with the chain drive, all of the bike stuff, it will lead to further development with faster and faster bikes. Consider this a test mule, a 2,000-pound test mule for your bike parts.
Can't wait, man. That 200-mile-an-hour run is coming. Good luck.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Stay with us because we got one more opportunity in this video. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this look. We've got high-profile individuals taking interest in this machine. Like I said, this could be something you watch on national television real soon. How great is that? I could watch that all day long. I love it. Now, one thing that has thrown Steve's team for a curveball. Remember, this is the first race with the transmission. Steve admitted that while he thinks the transmission is the way to go for ET, it also adds 100 pounds to the car. He estimates that's about 15% parasitic drag. Drag racers will know power to weight is everything. We'll see if Steve can do it here. He's had some impressive runs throughout the weekend. Final run coming up. Steve Huff and Current Technology. .410s flash. This electric machine making some big time power. 814, 171. The chutes come out. How about it, ladies and gentlemen?
How about it? That's a good weekend. That's a good weekend, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Killed it.
The battle to 200 resumes, and I can't wait to see what's next. You guys are doing a great job.
Yeah.
Did you learn anything this weekend?
Absolutely.
What'd you learn?
Tire pressure, clutch, shift points.
So we'll take it back to the shop and we'll get a little closer, huh?
We have so much data to fine tune. We have scads of room left here. Plenty to go.
There you go. Well, good luck with your homework. Again, they're in waters that nobody has ever been in before. Every time out is a learning lesson.
What an invaluable and entertaining trip to Auto Club Dragway for this team. Admittedly, that door to 200 is still wide open for the legend Big Daddy Don Garlits, as the Don Perignon will have to stay on ice for now, but you never know when this team will step up and crack that number. If you know drag racing, you know how sometimes innovators can break ET off in big chunks because they go back to the shop, they find something, they dissect and analyze the data, they take a look at everything, and when they make that discovery, this machine will fly. It's got the horsepower, it's got the budget, it's got the talent, it's got everything it needs. A lot of great components. How about Dan Rudd in MPS? He's a motorcycle drag racing legend. He's got a component on this machine. Another smart individual. As Steve said, there's a lot of smart, hard-working men in the motorcycle drag racing world that have helped with this great project. We really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please join me in giving Steve a pat on the back and congratulating him on a successful weekend. Yes, it wasn't 200, but it was a learning experience. It's not easy, guys. It's not easy going where no one has ever gone before. It is the modernization of drag racing. It is breaking tradition. It is about exploring and testing. And Steve, certainly a trailblazer and a trendsetter on this amazing 800 volt, 2000 amp, 1100 horsepower vehicle that we hope to see on national television real soon. Huff Motorsports, make sure you check them out. What a beautiful weekend it was in Fontana. Who will be first to 200?
Thanks a lot for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please remember to subscribe to Cycle Drag on YouTube, like CycleDrag.com on Facebook, and we will keep promoting fast motorcycles all over the world. We really appreciate it. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for the feedback. If you know any friends who might enjoy this channel as well, please refer them. We'll keep it growing. If you have any suggestions for us, please leave that in the comments as well. Thanks so much, guys. If you see me at the races, get one of these stickers. I got one for you. Subscribe to Cycle Drag on YouTube, like CycleDrag.com on Facebook. Thanks so much.
We appreciate it. Yes, fast motorcycles, electric vehicles, off-road racing, drag racing of all different kinds. If you like racing, if you like motorsports, make sure you keep it locked. Subscribe to Cycle Drag on YouTube. Hit the bell for notifications, and we will keep this thing growing. Thank you so much, everybody, for all your support. Please comment where you are watching from, and we want to hear from everyone. Leave us your take and your opinion. Your comment could help break a milestone. Trust me, Steve Huff will read every single one of them and take them into account. Thanks so much, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, keep it locked here to Cycle Drag on YouTube.